Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be teaching you guys step-by-step process on how to pass your Pi KYC if you are living in Nigeria. So please, this video is strictly for Nigerian residents, except if you are using your international passport, then the video can be for everyone, but it's mainly for Nigerian residents. So I'll be teaching you step-by-step process on how to perform your KYC, the type of IDs that are required, and all that and all that. So please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly do so right now by clicking the subscription button. And if you have any further questions, feel free to contact me. Okay, this video is to show some of you that are having issues with your Pi KYC, how to go about your KYC process. It's a step-by-step video to guide you towards performing your KYC successfully. All right, so to start, you need to go to the Pi menu, this three horizontal line on the upper left hand side of the screen here. You click on it, it opens like this. Okay, the first thing you would like to do, or you want to do rather, if you don't know if you have done your KYC or not, is to click to the profile here at the bottom. Click on it, then you scroll down. This is where you find out if you have done your KYC or not. So here, as you can see, KYC is marked check, password verification check, email verification check, Facebook phone number, everything is checked. So once your KYC here is marked, it means you have passed and you have successfully done and passed it. But if it is not marked, it means you haven't done or passed your KYC. So you need to start doing it immediately. So to start your KYC, what you need to do? First, you need an app called Pi Browser. You go to Play Store. If you are using Android, you go to Android Play Store and you download the Pi Browser. Okay. Pi Browser. Okay, so this is what the app looks like. This is the Pi Browser app here. This is it. I've already installed. That is why it's showing uninstall. So I've installed and I've also done my KYC. So this is the app. If you have not installed it, you download it into your phone. It's available on Android and also iOS. You download it, then you sign in. How do you sign in? You don't sign in through the Pi Browser app itself. You sign into the browser app through your mining app. Here is where you sign in. You click the three horizontal line again. You see Pi Browser, third option. You click on it. It opens like this. You click the first one here, sign into Pi Browser. Then you wait till it opens the Pi Browser application on its own. Okay, it's opening. Now it is open. You're signing. Once you see something like this on your screen, it means you have successfully signed into your Pi Browser. Okay, you have successfully signed into your Pi Browser. So what's the next thing you do from here? Now that you have signed into your Pi Browser, the next thing you will do from here is you return back to your Pi app, the mining app. All right, it's opening. Okay, once it has opened, you need to go to the mainnet section, and when you get to the mainnet section, you click on the mainnet checklist. You need to complete this number of checklists. You see, there are about 9 steps you need to complete. I have completed all 9. I've already migrated. So number 1, download Pi Browser. You do that. Number 2, you create Pi Wallet. How do you create Pi Wallet? You go back to that Pi Browser you've downloaded. This is it. Now you click on Wallet. When you click on Wallet, it will show you an option to create a new wallet if you have not created one before. Mine is showing like this because I've already created. So if I'm here, it is to log into the already created wallet using the 24-word passphrase. So for you that you're creating for the first time, it will show you an option to create a new wallet. You click on that option. When you click on that option, it will be something like this: generate a new wallet. You click on it. When you click on it, it will show you a 24-word passphrase. Please save that 24-word passphrase. Screenshot it or screen grab it or record it or copy it and save it somewhere you will always have access to it. Without that passphrase, you will not have access to your wallet. Remember that Pi wallet is a non-custodial wallet, meaning it cannot be reset for you. If there is a Pi in the wallet and you forget the passphrase, that is the end. Neither you nor Pi can reset it. So the only way to have access to it is to remember the passphrase. So store it, write it down somewhere, if possible in your secret diary, and keep it there. Without it, you cannot have access to your Pi. So you create that wallet. After creating the wallet, you log into the wallet, in which case I will log in using my own that I've already created. Okay, you log in, Now I am logged in. What do you do when you log in? You copy your wallet address. Here it is copied. Then you return back to the Pi mining app here and perform step 3, which is this step here. You perform it by pasting the wallets that you have copied, 24 word wallet, that not 24 word. You first enter your passphrase here, then confirm the wallet. Once you enter your passphrase, the wallet is imported automatically on its own. So you really don't need to copy the wallets. Instead, you copy your passphrase, paste it here, and confirm your wallet. The wallet will be imported. Actually, that's it. So you copy your 24 word passphrase and paste it here and confirm the wallet. That is it. So when you have done that, what do you do next? You commit your lockup. Just lock up your Pi, how long you want it to be locked up, whatever. So you just do that. Having done that, you secure your Pi level 5. You click there. You can do that on your own. You don't need me to explain that to you. It's self-explanatory when you get to that level. Then after that, you sign acknowledgements to be able to receive your Pi token. So when you sign the acknowledgements, it's just like giving Pi your permission and agreeing to terms and conditions. That's generally what the acknowledgement is all about. When you've signed it, you wait for 24 hours, then you proceed to perform your KYC, which is number 7. And to do that number 7, what you need to do, you go back to the Pi browser that you downloaded. Go back entirely to this page and click here, the KYC. In my own case, I have done KYC, so I won't be having the same type of screen as you. When you click there, I've done KYC. So well, in your own case, if you haven't done, you will see something different. You'll be asked to commence your KYC process. So you click and follow accordingly. You follow accordingly. Then, what are the required IDs for Nigerian residents for the Pi KYC? I will show you all the IDs that are acceptable for your Pi KYC if you are living in Nigeria. It's not every it's not every application, every ID that Pi accepts. Pi does not accept voters card, for instance. It does not accept your school ID or your work ID. So I'll show you the IDs that Pi accepts for KYC. Okay, I'm sure you can see my screen. These are the accepted Pi KYC documents for Nigerian residents. You see them there. There are about 5 different types of forms of ID that are accepted. The first one is your passport. If you're using passports, it is accepted. Just open to your data page where your passport's photograph and your date of birth, your name, everything appears, and take a very clear picture of it in a landscape mode. All of them are to be snapped in a landscape mode. Then you go to your Pi browser app and then commence the KYC and click international passport or passport. Then upload it. It goes. Another option is the driver's license. If you have it, snap it clearly on a landscape mode as well, and go to the same place, select driver's license, and follow through accordingly. If you are using national ID, if your own national ID is the formal national ID, that is the already finished national ID, not the other forms of it, not the NIN or anything. The already finished national ID with chip or the old version. The old one doesn't have chip, but these new versions of these days has chip. You can see the national ID. You click on national ID on the KYC page and you upload your national ID snapped in a landscape mode, front and back. They will ask you for front and back. Make sure the data on it are readable. Do not cover anyone. Then the third one is your premium NIN ID. You see there. If you're using that premium NIN, you have to select premium NIN and then you upload. If you're using standard NIN, you have to select standard NIN and you upload. Please, the paper type that you're given at the point of registration is not accepted. That's paper type that you're given. The large paper that is in landscape mode. That paper is not accepted. Paper that has only your picture and your name. It's not accepted, please. So this is how you do your KYC. When you're done, you submit and you wait for the results. Once you pass, you'll be told. If you do not pass, they will tell you why you did not pass, and then you try again. So good luck to you.